In Europe, intelligence officials have warned that the continent is facing a growing threat from Russia's sabotage operations. They say Russia is behind arson and vandalism attacks on infrastructure, and Europe is calling it a new weapon of war. In recent weeks, a spate of mystery fires and attacks on public infrastructure were reported in European nations. Now the intelligence officials believe this to be the early stage of a systematic activation of Russian sleeper cells worldwide. Last month, 2 flights from Finland could not land in Estonia due to jammed GPS. The Finnish transport agency later blamed Moscow for the incident. Meanwhile, Germany arrested 2 dual nationals on suspicion of planning to plant bombs at U.S. military bases in the state of Bavaria. And just last week, Polish authorities arrested 9 people in connection with acts of sabotage allegedly committed on the orders of Russian services. Also in France, investigators are considering whether graffiti recently painted on the Holocaust Memorial in Paris has a Russian link. Meanwhile, fire incidents at an IKEA store in Lithuania and a warehouse in East London were also linked to Moscow. Slovakia, the Czech Republic, and Sweden have all reported Russia-backed cyber attacks. Now it's being said the reason for the uptick in sabotage throughout Europe is because these nations are the most dedicated allies of Ukraine. And intelligence officials say Russia's sabotage operations are aimed at shutting down travel, power, and telecommunications, as well as stopping the flow of weapons or destroying the weapons themselves, which will ultimately paralyze Ukraine's military campaign. Now, earlier this year, NATO military chiefs, in fact, warned that a direct war with Russia was likely to erupt in the next 5 to 8 years. And as tensions increase in Ukraine and throughout Europe, all fingers remain pointed directly at Moscow. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.
South Africa's May 29th elections.
It was the start of change in the country.
We are on the verge of history.
I am standing here at the forefront of change where voices echo the call for action.
The nation grapples with an unemployment crisis. As South Africans prepare to cast their votes, the question looms, will the winds of change usher in a new era, or will the legacy of the past maintain its grip on the future?